Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look here again at KAS, but double checking a couple of things here. I got some Elliott Wave up here. I got the question through my Twitter, just kind of like, hey, what is the deal with that? What does that mean? And the easy way to understand it is that it's hypothetical for the moment until the price pulls back. But generally speaking, the third wave here, which we've likely already seen, is an expansive wave. That one generally goes up the most, right? Has the largest amount of gain. And then our fifth and final wave will typically become higher than that. However, this fourth wave down, still tentative, is roughly going to come down as low as 0.68, upwards of 0.382. So the likelihood here is between 13.6 upwards of 15.8. That's the retracement possibility. Again, I'm not guaranteeing the price is going to come down, but generally speaking, that's what's supposed to happen in this kind of situation. And this is not an exact science too either, folks. You got to recognize that it's always subject to change, always organic, and continues to adjust over time. So let's go ahead and take a look here at liquidation first and kind of see where we're at. Now that we've had this massively expansive wave, we can kind of see here there's liquidation above the price and below, but more below than above. Okay. Again, of course, generally speaking, at that 13.5, which we've already identified as that 0.618 fib level, upwards about 14.6. There's a heavy concentration down there, and a lighter amount about 16.5. I discussed yesterday that if we were to see the price come back down for a healthy correction, 16.5 would be the most appropriate. Okay, so again, that lower level liquidation, there's a possibility we could see that get swept. So just be mindful of that. Okay, again, that's what trading is all about, is just being aware of options and aware of potential realities, and really just improving your odds of success by identifying probabilities. That's really all this is, just a series of potential probabilities. Nobody knows the future, but we can kind of we can guesstimate based on recent history and specific patterns, which do have a tendency of repeating themselves. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, I would ask you hit the like button, comment below. Thank you so much again for that. Deeply appreciate it. If you could, of course, you want to rather jump on over to our Trading Academy community and Signals group. Nice profit from DYDX, 32% in 2 days. Injective 1 week, 33%. CASPA 1 month plus for 100%. And then, of course, we took 3 targets here so far from Bitcoin at about 40% up. And that's about 12 days in. So good stuff here. We do have, of course, some nice profits from CASPA, but those were some longs we took roughly in early May. So you got to recognize we kind of took this this bottom here and got a good chunk of change out of that. So thank you, CASPA. Deeply appreciate you. And let's see here. How much further is this going to go? Well, the thing we want to recognize here, of course, is we did break through our most recent high, so we established more recent highs here. And I think that's all-time highs if I'm not mistaken. So having said that, though, you can see this strong candle wick up here. It's basically it's a gravestone type of doji candle. So it's not exact, of course, but the candlestick closure is near the bottom versus the top, and generally speaking, that does imply reversal. Okay, so I'm pretty certain here we're going to see the price pull back at least a little bit. And again, mainly because it's just overextended, has very little consolidation efforts, and more likely to leg down than up before it legs up again. Just some things to kind of think about. However, there's tons of volume here, and usually you don't want to short into that. So I would be very careful considering a short with this coin. However, we do take a look here. We can see stochastic is starting to swing down. We've got the RSI tapering off and money flow index right there with it. So these are still very bullish signs. Okay. In the general consensus for RSI is that, at least for me, I've had the most success taking profits when the RSI comes back down below 70, not when it first crosses above. So had you taken profits, just say when the RSI came up, you would have gotten out somewhere around here. Okay. Hypothetically, the RSI comes back down, you're probably going to get out somewhere in here. Okay. Again, that's just an example. I teach that at my trading university too, just how important it is to respect the RSI, and in this case here, we're still above, no reason to consider closing or taking a short because of that. Those are very bullish signs. Okay, we're also above all moving averages, ascending trend line. There's very few reasons to short this coin. Me personally, I'd much rather take a long down here and wait for that than to try to short it down there with some hair-raising, feeling, gut instincts telling me I'm doing it wrong. Because again, right now, shorting coins like this is just a bad idea in general, even though it's massively overextended and still likely to pull back, right? I know it seems crazy, but me personally, after 20 plus years of trading, I've learned that it makes 0 sense to risk everything you have just for one, just for one trade, or even half of what you have, or a majority of what you have with high leverage, and you're going to consider losing it anyways. There's just no reason to do any of that. It's completely nonsensical, and it's It's abnormal gambling behavior. All right, so 4-hour time frame. Let's talk about this because this is absolutely telling us a different story. So we see this here. We got RSI money flow index back down above 50, below 70. It's still bullish, still good. Stochastic's still swinging down though, so we got to recognize that there's still potential for further downside, and MACD is now diverging. Now, while I'm a proponent for using the MACD convergence or divergence, I'm not buying into this just yet because we're still above all moving averages, right? So until we, at the very least, lose a 20-day SMA, there's no reason to consider a short. Even if we do lose that, we want to verify on smaller time frames that this is actually going to continue to happen. Okay, because again, this could very well just be a consolidative effort here. We got a lot of volume at this range, about 18 cents, and it doesn't make a ton of sense, again, to short. But once more, it's just, I don't like to short because it's inherently more risky. There's no limit to how high something can go. There's obviously a limit how low something can go. So the truth is you're going to have a statistical probability of greater success not taking shorts and taking more longs. That's just what it boils down to. That's why I get the question. People give me the question a lot in my community. Hey, last month we had a lot of shorting opportunities. Why did you only take 2? Well, the truth is they're just a lot more risky. I don't feel comfortable with it. A lot of bullish macro signs are in the charts right now, so it doesn't make any sense. All right, last thing here, let's go ahead and wrap this up with 2 things here, rather. We're still within the cloud, no reason to consider shorting. Lagging spans below the price action, that is one sign, and the conversion lines below the baseline too. So we have a lot of reasons here as to why, if we cannot close above 18 cents here today, that a short would potentially be viable, and or just consider taking a long if the price pulls back to a lower level. Okay, so these are the fib levels, just so you kind of understand. The most common retracement area is 15.8 here. That's 0.382 on this kind of expansive wave. We can also see 14.7 or 13.6 is an extreme worst case scenario. Once again, we discussed this here. 13.6 is that range of extreme liquidation. Still a possibility. Hypothetically, you're going to consider a long, that'd be the best place for it. Once again, best place if that happens. We don't even know this yet, all right? We're still honoring the ascending trend lines. Everything's still mostly bullish, minus a little bit of the hourly. So I would just say here at this point, be very careful in taking a trade in either direction, really. That's what it boils down to. But take a look here at the point of control here for today. We're presently below the most recent point of control, and we're testing yesterday's point of control. So this is not a fantastic sign. If we do, again, close about 17.5, between 17.5 and 18 cents today, there's a distinct probability we're going to see the price continue further down. Okay? Again, that's just kind of the way that it works. And this is normal trading, folks. Nothing to be too crazy about. And if you're just, a KAS fan, for example, big picture, long term, there's no discredit against the coin, right? Trading is it should be taken with no emotion. You shouldn't feel like you're passionate and you're mad about something if the price action pulls back and it's a very good project. It matters nothing. Okay, detach yourself from emotional trading. It's the worst thing you could ever do for yourself. In a perfect world here, though, folks, price comes down to pivot and bounce off 15.8. That's ultimately what we'd be looking for here. I would like to see something along those lines. Anyways, we don't always get what we want, do we? That's trading for you. I hope you learned something here today. Thanks again so much for watching. Do yourself a favor, trade KAS on the best exchange possible. Use my link to register. You're automatically eligible for this benefit. Make sure you use that. We've got quite a few hundred traders, that have used my link to register through Bitunix. So just take advantage of this deposit bonus. It's really easy. If you haven't used them yet, no KYC or VPN, phenomenal exchange. We've been using them for almost a year now. They've treated us very, very good. Jumping over to our Twitter, Telegram, Discord, TikTok, everything that I have here available for you if you want it. Okay? Again, just try to make sure we get you on the right track. So thanks so much again for the support. KAS fans, you guys are awesome. Guys and gals, appreciate you all very much. We'll see you next one. Take care.